All right, we're back. We're live. It's another Tuesday D&D session with the crew. Let's see. Last time you guys decided to get on the road to from El Terrell to Baldur's Gate. You guys met up with Anthor Froome and reunited with Leosin, uh, a member of the Order of the Gauntlet and the Harpers. You guys were tasked with making your way to Baldur's Gate to get onto a caravan that the Cult of the Dragon is using to shuffle the goods from the south end of the Sword Coast to the north side. They, being our contacts, arranged a ship for all of you to take to help catch you up from the pace that you were behind a few days from the cult, and you guys got some provisions. You guys did some shopping. He sailed.
So
Oh, yeah.
no, I'm finished setting the scene. I'll have a logistic question after you're done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then you guys sailed the river for 3 days and made it to uh, the port town of the river, and here we are at the docks. So, what was the logistical question?
So you said the trip from El Terrell to Baldur's Gate was 550 miles, right?
No.
Basic kilometers.
Okay, let me.
Because I was under the impression that by if we had taken like horse or like walked, that it would have been a hella long journey. But taking the river was like cutting off a large amount of time because we were going after their caravan, right?
Right.
So by arriving in the city after 3 days of boat travel, we should be like bananas ahead of them.
Let's see here. If you guys had taken the normal route, it would have. Let's see here, heading west, picking up the road. They would turn north from Baragos to Baldur's Gate. The journey would have taken you 550 miles. The wagons would take 35 for the trip, pending conditions. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I mean, you guys would have only taken roughly about 10ish days, give or take. So yeah, you guys would have been pretty much ahead of them in this case. At least the main, whatever they had there in Greenus. So, but yeah, you guys are technically ahead of them in some respects. Whatever stuff that they got here beforehand, you guys don't know about. Um, Outside of that, why don't you guys go ahead and let's get the first roll in of the night, and let's go ahead and do a history check.
Alright. If I can find the right button. There we go. Oh, hey, natural one. Great. So that's five.
4.
We're great, guys.
Well, at least Arvid got something. Arvid, you happen to know quite a bit about Baldur's Gate. It is a bustling center of trade with goods.
Aren't you from Baldur's Gate?
No, I from hang on.
Watch her say Baldur's Gate.
Neverwinter. I'm from Neverwinter.
There's only three like there's only three cities in all of the Forgotten Realms. It's Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate, and Waterdeep, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. Also, there's the thing in the far north that I can't
Oh,
remember the name of.
Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale. That's the one. Also, isn't there like Fae or something like that where the Red Wizards are from?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's three cities.
I mean, Eltural's not, you know, uncommon. Just doesn't get the spotlight. Anyway, Baldur's Gate is a bustling city of trade with goods coming from the north and south by wagon along the tradeway, and by ship on the Sea of Swords, and from the east along the river Kynathar, and from Cormyr and Sembia. Baldur's Gate is situated on a prominent bluff next to the river overlooking an excellent natural harbor. It is also divided into three distinct segments. The upper city, where the richest and most influential citizens live and where the city's marketplace, known as the Wide, is located. The lower city, which it surrounds the harbor and where most of the city's merchants live and conduct their business. And the outer city, which lies on the outside of the walls, where most of the city's laborers reside in conditions that vary from crowded but clean to squalid. Um, you guys know that you will be trying to contact a merchant that Froome and that Froome had recommended. Did I give you guys a name?
I don't remember it, but my
Okay.
notes are terrible.
So the contact you're looking for in this city is a human trader known as Akin Celeban.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. Can you post that in Discord?
Yeah. Give me one sec here. Shalaban man.
You said he was a merchant.
Human trader.
Oh, trader.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that meant something else.
Like one who betrays.
No. Arthur has let you know that in this town he operates as a equipage? Is that EQIPAGE? That's a new one for me.
What was the word again?
What
Oh,
was the word? Equipage.
equipage.
I
Someone who
still don't know what it is.
someone who trades in equipment for a particular purpose. In this case, he operates the business in the outer city north of the city wall in the district called Blackgate. There he sells all material needed for long-distance freight hauling: wagons, ropes, netting, grease, chains, wheels, and so on. His shop also repairs wagons. He is not directly involved in the hiring guards for the caravans, but he knows the people who are. With him to vouch for you all, you should have no trouble getting hired as guards for the northbound caravan, but he can't give you work with a specific merchant. That will be on your own. You also know that here in Baldur's Gate, they do not allow wagons, pack animals, or horses, or even dogs into the city. In fact, the cities are so narrow and steep and slick from the frequent rain that the heavy wagons would be a menace.
You were cutting out a little bit there, but from what I just heard, we have problems with our horses.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate does not allow wagons, pack animals, horses, or even dogs into the city.
Even dogs.
You went with the first one, the one that said no dogs.
In fact, because you had a high enough history roll, Arvid, you also know that Baldur's Gate's goods pass through the city from the south to the north. For example, they must be unloaded in the outer city east of the wall, carried through the city by porters on foot, and then reloaded on different wagons north of the city for the rest of their journey. Yeah, it is.
He did this on purpose.
Sadly, this is all part of the module.
No, I'm
So-
blaming you.
I mean, I feel like the people that took us here would have known that in advance, seeing as how this is their fucking job.
We'll have to unload the horses in the cart. But it feels like that's probably like it's a business here. Like, hey, you're a merchant going to Baldur's Gate. All right, you're going to the north. Well, cool. We will buy your horses in your carts here, and then you can purchase them like on the other side of town.
Yes, but we also have 3 dogs. Even if we were willing to sell our horses and cart.
That will be problematic.
And again, if we were going to do that, then we could have saved money by selling them in the last city instead of just buying a bunch of fodder and stuff. Like I said, I feel like this would have been a thing that came up when we wanted to board our horses and cart on the ship that makes its money by running between the 2 cities.
I mean, you technically don't have to go into the lower or upper city of Baldur's Gate. I mean, you guys could just go around the building itself. I think.
So this is in the going through the walls and going into the upper or lower city is the problem. The outer city is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that changes things.
Yeah, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, if you guys were going to try to move equipment through the city, you guys would have to use, porters or, sell your equipment and then buy it again on the outside for maybe a markup or try to strike a bargain. But if you guys are trying just to circumvent it, you guys should be able to go around the outer walls.
So we need to circle around the outer walls and then find a place where we can stable our horses until we find the people that we're supposed to be following.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah. And for reference, Blackgate is in the top left corner of the map in the outer city region. So.
Oh boy. And where's the legend? Oh, this be huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically 2.5 miles from where we landed to where our destination is. So I guess what we need to do is, well, what we need to do is figure out a way to. We need to offload these horses in this cart, and get them situated, and then figure out what to do with the puppies.
So,
Have no idea.
so does this mean that we need to sell the horses and carts, or are we trying to like circle around or something? We were talking a bunch tonight. One of us is hacking up along, one of us had to go answer the door to get the pizza, and one of us doesn't have a working mic. Josh, it's on you. You're gonna have to carry us tonight.
This is a lost cause.
Jeez.
You have to do all the talking.
No.
This is not what I signed up for.
It is the one-man show.
We need
Yeah,
a
I-
wagon for the dogs, yes.
I mean, that's why we originally kept them, yes.
We're still on the ship, right?
Yeah, you should pretty much just hang out in the docks.
Is the guy that runs the ship still here?
Aye.
Sir, I have a question. We just remembered that you cannot have basically most of our creatures with us. Do you happen to know of any way to get them on the other side? I'm rather partial to these. I'd not want to sell and buy animals.
Well, I reckon you'll want to depart here at the Twin Songs, follow the road all the way up past the Sow's Foot, past the Wit Keep, and keep it following past North Chapel, and then just follow the outer edge of the town walls, and that'll get you there. It's a bit of a trek, but at least you'll keep your belongings without having to worry about a mock-up.
And do you happen to know of a place that we could house our animals on the other side?
Well, wouldn't say that there's a good place to be out there, but you should be able to find some open ground for camping.
Ugh.
Nolan quite lied, put in a barbecue on, and we gaze at the stars that night.
It doesn't do much for us for needing to go into the city. if you remember, is the entire reason we are here.
Oh, I was just told to bring you to the city. I have no business taking you into the city.
I wasn't asking you to take me into the city. Anyways, sorry, I'm distracted. Well, I guess then, thank you for the information, and I guess safe journeys. Sorry about the offloading of cargo.
Oh, no worries. Barda will just go pick it up.
Yeah, that's what you said. I still feel bad about it.
Oh no.
And I'm assuming we are all on the we want to keep this shit front.
Uh, Arvid and
Hello?
Dialith, are you still there? They may have just gotten disconnected.
I still hear you.
Their internet ate them. We're having such a great time tonight, guys.
I'll give him a minute. Um, but yeah, in terms of yeah, so this is for those of you watching on Recount. Yeah, this is the Baldur's Gate that the games are based out of. We're actually in one of the more distinguished places of the Forgotten Realms, made pretty evident by the third edition of D&D.
Well, I'm gonna make an executive decision since everybody's gone. And I'm gonna assume that we are trying to cart around and we're gonna have to just figure things out as we go. So
Sorry, internet's dying. It's fun.
We saw.
So are you guys back? Are you guys safe? Good? For now?
We can move forward, I guess, but our internet's not back yet. I'm here on my phone.
Oh,
Alright, well, general inquiry between you two, just for covering purposes. I'm assuming we're wanting to try and keep said horses and dogs.
Yeah. Just want to know how long the trip would be around the city.
Approximately 3 miles, so I would assume half a day or so a day.
yeah. I mean, probably just take you the better part of the day, just because of ongoing traffic would slow you down a little bit.
What time is it now?
You guys get here about just a little bit after dawn.
Okay, and we're not in like a super hurry. Like
No,
we're ahead of the
you,
caravan. Or
yeah, you guys at least have 3 to 5 days of time to get situated before the caravan gets ready to leave.
shopping episode. All right. Yeah. No. So yeah.
Okay, so yes, we're migrating around the outside with our menagerie.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys ended up making your way down the road. You guys are unpack the cart, move the cart down the, you know, let's see here. Let's grab everyone's tokens. All right, so yeah, you guys end up getting across from Rivington. You guys move across Worms Crossing. You can already hear quite a bit more traffic than you've been used to in the last few days on your travels. Many people of different backgrounds are perusing down the trail, merchants, refugees, people are trying to make a name for themselves as an adventurer in the area. If you can think of it, they're probably on this road as you guys move. Uh, you guys end up going through the Sowsfoot, through Whitkeep, Norchapel, and then here at the Stone Eyes, where at this point you see most of the crowd being held up as they're being asked to pretty much part with their goods there because they're either needing to hire porters or just sell the items to fellow merchants in the area and collect their earnings to excuse me buy uh, buy other commodities on the other side of town. And I take it you guys are just. Did you guys want to try to shop for any type of items as people are offloading here, or you guys just want to continue on the outer gate to your destination?
Thought we've already did our shopping episode, or are we trying to do another shopping episode again?
I'm just giving you an opportunity to buy stuff here.
Don't think we
I
have
think
much Nero
do it.
left there, sir.
We just need to get to where we're going and figure
Yeah.
out like the logistics of it.
Okay,
Pretty much.
fair enough. All right, so you guys decide to opt for just continue on your journey. You guys make it through the outer walls. As you guys travel on the outer walls, you can definitely spot that there are wards, eyes, trained guardsmen, just tracking the traffic that circumvents the outer part of the town. You can definitely tell that the surge of people that you were accustomed to traveling with on the outskirts of the town have thinned out quite a bit, as many of those folks decided to either discard what they didn't need and move through the city, or just prepare to find wherever the work they can in the lower city. But yeah, you guys end up making it to the Black Gate, and just on the other side, you see the complete opposite. You see just a surge of people filtering out, wagons, goods, um, and pretty much people on their merry way heading north to Waterdeep.
Okay. Notable figures in there. I'm assuming it's just like guards and then people shuffling in and out.
Yeah, you see everything from minor nobles and their small, guard contingent moving through to merchants, even some farmers who are picking up things like seed and feed that they may not be able to obtain in smaller towns, kind of like the uh, small fiefdoms on the outside.
Also, another random question. Along the way, you said a lot of people would discard things and whatnot. Is there by chance anything of value that we ran by?
Well, you could go ahead and roll me an investigation.
I will fucking gladly. Oh, wrong one. Alright, investigation. Alright, this is some horse shit. I'm pissed. Not that it really matters, but I got a 7.
Yeah,
Another natural 1.
unfortunately, there are people who are better practiced in the art of picking up stuff that were carelessly thrown away, so you're not able to find anything of value on your picking through of items.
Boo. I'm mad at the dice now.
As one should be.
That's 2 in a row.
2 natural 1s in a row, yes. Anyway. So, do we notice anything that looks like a stable or anything of sorts?
Yeah. In fact, there's a slew of stables in the area that you guys can rent out if need be, if you guys want to actually stable your horses and cart in an area.
Which, if we go into the city, we may want to do, but we
Yes.
have to deal with the puppies first.
I mean, we could always bribe them, or not bribe them, sorry. We could always try to convince them that they're dogs. That seemed to work before.
I thought they said that they don't allow dogs in the city.
We're not trying to go in the city. Well, we are trying to go in the city. What I mean is we're trying to stable the horses.
I suppose we could try that.
Why would you not want to stable the horses? We
No,
can't
no,
take
no,
them in the city.
Trying to convince them that they're dogs, I mean.
I was
Just
just
a little
throwing out a
tenacity, it's
suggestion.
probably fine.
It worked before, that's all I'm saying. I didn't say it was a great idea. Um, yeah, I don't have anything to help in this particular scenario.
Can they stay if they're seeing eye dogs? We're all blind.
Yes, we're all blind.
We just rode all the way around the outside of the city, blind, without our dogs out. As
Well, we
opposed
don't
to
want them
watch
getting
us.
acid everywhere.
Well, in fairness, they watched us come in. We have to keep that in mind. We have people watching us as we're approaching. So that is something.
They're trained circus dogs, and we are here for a banquet.
I feel as though making the lie too big is going to be just as bad as making the lie too small.
Possibly worse. Perhaps we could say that we're delivering them as cargo somewhere on the other side? I don't know the area very well, so I can't really name places, but would I by
They're just an unusual new species that is a crossbreed between something.
we could call them exotic lizards?
Well, what do we know about this Celebon fellow?
Not a goddamn thing.
Is he working with Thrum, or...
Just said not a goddamn thing. I don't know.
We didn't know anything about him. We were told nothing about him, and it was not mentioned until we miraculously appeared here, and his name appeared in our minds. So we did not have the opportunity to question who and what he was.
Yes, that's it.
What I'm saying is that if there are people who are with the Order or with the Harpers, who are supposed to be our contacts in the city, perhaps we could see if they know anybody who would be able to help us with our situation, since we are, trying to help take down this dragon cult, and they had, plans for these puppies.
That is an excellent point. So, why don't the three of you go and talk to this fellow? I'll stay with the puppies to prevent them from
Doing puppy things?
being naughty and accidentally say burning a hole through an innocent stable hand.
If we're all okay with that. Are you certain you'll be alright?
What could possibly happen? I mean, in all the times that I've gone off and done something on my own, apart from the rest of the party, when has that ever gone wrong?
I specifically remembering to dive bomb into a giant flaming village to save your ass. When you were on your own.
But I did successfully go completely unnoticed across an entire city in order to fetch a healing potion for our dying friend.
And then you decided to face off against a guard and got one shot. You were just straight knocked the fuck out. If somebody sneaks up on you, what are you gonna do?
So aside from that one time,
Aren't we in the middle of a civilized city?
yes, there should be minimal amounts of assassination here.
I don't think that's how that works.
Minimal amounts of camps on fire and guardsmen trying to murder us because we're trying to rescue a bunch of hostages.
There
I feel
are,
like
however, a significant amount of thieves.
Actually be surprised.
What was that, drama?
You'd be surprised about what goes down in a city. I mean, it's a little quieter, but it gets a lot worse.
I'm going to be sitting in an empty stall in a stable with three puppies. I very little I can do to mess that up. See, now if this were a television show, it would immediately cut to the entire city on fire and everyone screaming and running away.
Yeah. Well, if we're okay with that, then sure. I suppose. I'm not a big fan of parting ways in a big city. I'm also not very adept at dealing with pickpockets.
I'm not a big fan of us splitting up either, but we don't have a safe place that we can trust to leave the puppies.
Ah, these puppies are such a handful.
We probably should have left them back with Froome and Leosin.
Possibly, but I sort of had the feeling that they would be more interested in smiting evil than, you know, raising them. And I couldn't let anything happen to these adorable little babies. Yes, no, I couldn't. Definitely goes to give scritches on the chin to some of them.
It's easy for you to say. I've lost 2.5 sets of gloves to them already. Holding up an acid burnt leather glove.
I don't know what you're talking about. They're really, really nice. It does tickle when they try to lick you, though. She's just got patches of hair missing from her legs.
That's
Tickles,
not
yes.
conspicuous.
Right. So, excuse me. Right. So, unless someone has a better idea, this is what I've got. I'm open to suggestion.
I feel like we need to find allies within the city to help us do something with this. Unless we are planning on following a caravan with the dragon cultists, trying to pretend that we're one of them, with 3 of their dragon eggs that we liberated from them.
I mean, in fairness, I feel like that's more so of a disguise than trying to say that we're blind and there are seeing eye dogs.
We have been entrusted with these little baby dragons in order to care for them and raise them properly into vicious monsters that will further the goals of the dragon cult.
As I'm
And-
over here, like, petting one of them.
And we're definitely not a scrappy bunch of oddball heroes who are going to try and raise 3 black dragons to turn them good in order to turn them against the dragon cult.
Just out of curiosity, what's the timeline on baby dragons becoming adult dragons? Does anybody know offhand?
A long time.
Yeah, it takes a while. I think from hatchling to wormling takes weeks.
In fairness, it's already been a couple weeks.
It's been a week.
It was a week from where we left, and then it was okay. It was what, like 3 days trip up here on the river, and then it was another like 4 or 5 day trek coming from there plus our time in town.
Oh, sorry, it
Like
takes
a week
years.
and a half.
Yeah, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for them to go to hatchlings to wormlings, according to some folks.
I don't know about that. All I know is that a wormling, it remains a wormling for about 4 years, reaches adulthood at approximately 125 years.
Yeah.
Fantastic. This is a great idea, guys.
Yeah. Like I said, we need to find an ally to help us with the dragon raising aspect of things, I feel.
I'm open to suggestion. Whatever you've got. Anyone have any friends anywhere who would want?
I gesture at the city of Baldur's Gate.
I'm just face palming right now.
Okay. So right this moment, what are we doing? Are we just opening the doors and letting nature take its course? Are we bringing them with us and trying to bring them into the city to go meet this person? Like, what do you want to do?
Ackland Sylvan is runs a shop out here in Blackgate. So we found a place where we can put up our caravan or our wagons and our horses. So why don't you said you were going to stay with the cart? So we will go and see if we can find any information on people who would be helpful for our plight, whether they're within the city proper or outside here. So that way we can find something to find a way to deal with this more long term. Does that
All right,
work for everyone?
sure.
All right. So, let's go and talk to this Celeban person. And we're walking.
And we're walking. Yeah. You know, you guys kind of just take a gander around, ask a few random people. I would about about a human who trades in caravan goods, and Celeban's name comes up a little bit more often than not. They kind of point you in a general direction. See, kind of a fairly mid-sized warehouse where you can see wagons being worked on. Nothing of high quality. Your standard durable wagons that covered and uncovered horses, bulls, and the like, to oxen. And you see quite a few people around this one. The reputation of this guy seems to be pretty decent. If you can gather a small enough crowd, you can see attendants trying to jot down notes as to the needs of individuals out there, of asking, all right, so you need 4 oxen and 2 covered wagons. Got it. And yes, we can include things for dysentery. Can't do anything about cholera, though. That stuff is bad.
That might be a problem for little Billy.
We always recommend carrying a doctor with you for long expeditions.
Okay, well, what if I need to ford a river and I have to get my wagon across it? It won't capsize or anything, will it?
Look, we always recommend traveling with a mage with some form of levitation spell. You can only do
But
so
what
much.
if I but what if I take a grueling pace and have meager rations? That will work better, right?
You'll tend to stretch out your rations better, but we can't recommend that the party will be happy about that. Morale could actually drop.
Well, all we have to do is go like hunting and find some buffalo or bears and just shoot them and be able to take all of that meat back to our camp, right?
Can you carry more than 3 bears worth of meat?
I don't even think I can carry more than 100 pounds.
Well, there you go. Be wasting all that ammunition on a bear.
Hmm. All right, Oregon Trails aside.
I was gonna say we have stopped playing D&D. We have started playing the Oregon Trail, the tabletop game.
Sorry, I've died of dysentery. I'm done.
No, this isn't the Oregon Trail. This is what is this road that you guys are traveling on? The Coastway, yeah, the Coastway Trail, the Tradeway, yeah, yeah, we're on the Tradeway. Christ,
That's the most enthusiastic you've been tonight, sir.
yeah, well,
All right, so are you Mr. Celeban? Acton Celeban?
oh no, you're looking for the boss. Boss is he points over to a older fellow in the back, hunkered over a desk, scribbling on like 4 different pieces of parchment at once. It's like, you may want to be quick and to the point. The boss is apparently trying to get ready to get our caravan moved down in the next few days, and he is very short on time.
Okay. Did we get any sort of like symbol or anything from who's its or what's his?
Yep, actually, let me go and throw that into your guys' chat. But yeah, there is a Harper symbol that you guys can use. Campaign info. So the Harper's insignia is a crescent moon with a harp.
So did we get one of those?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, just for sake of making life easier, you actually have a metal pin made out of just some uh, iron alloys that is in that form of that pin.
Like a pewter sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will go and introduce myself
Yeah, I'm following along.
to Celeban.
Me and Fleshhoof.
Yeah, you see a elderly fellow there, and he's just going, "All right, well," he's like, "All right, where's your bill of sale? We'll get everything processed, and you will, and if you need the, you know, 3-month warranty, we can do it right here and now."
Well, here is what I have, and I will place down the pin and say, I was coming from a contact of yours. His name is Froome. I can never remember his first name.
You just see Celeban just reach for a pipe, throw some tobacco in it, and light it up, and he lets out a small puff, and he's like, and I thought it was going to be a good day. He's like, all right, follow me. He tells one of his associates, please make sure that you pass for the warranty on the wagon wheels. You'd be surprised how many people don't know about that. The cycle of life must continue for our business. And then he just gestures you to come to a empty part of the warehouse.
Okay.
Takes another long drag of his pipe. He's like, I swear. All right, all right, all right. Takes another drag. He's like, I swear, I just need one more.
I just fold my arms.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Onthor sent you. You show up with this, and you need what from me exactly?
Well, you're the only contact we have in the city that we were sent to you because we were looking for a way to get ourselves in with a caravan that should be headed its way here soon from El Torel, uh, well, coming from Greenest specifically, and they are headed up to Waterdeep, I believe. So they would have to come through this way, and we were told you would have a way to help us get in with them.
Takes another long drag from his pipe. All right. If Onthar sent you here, and I know that crafty work, I've got to wait for you to get in. How do you feel about doing some labor for the caravan? Can't promise you anything specific, but I'll let you know that there are plenty of people looking for guards, laborers. He looks over to Andromeda, a companionship along the journey.
Giggity. Well, my companions and I know that I'm probably good for some labor sort of thing, or
I can
bodyguard work.
probably do less physical, more. I don't know, thinking?
So says the person with the second highest strength in our group.
Still not a great strength, by the way.
Strength is either your primary stat or your dump stat. That is the way the world works.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Isn't your strength like a 12 though? That's still like better than the average like human being.
Yeah.
Like the average person is a 10.
Mm-hmm. So I worked out a little bit. It does not make me a pack mule.
I, on the other hand, am a pack mule.
I also would.
You are Arnold Schwarzenegger on steroids.
You're not a pack mule, sir. You're a pack oxen.
Okay, fine, I'll take it.
Which one?
Green Way Buffalo.
Okay, well that sounds great. I'm sure we could find a way to get ourselves in that sort of way. But we're also looking for other contacts, other like-minded, and again holding out the pin people in the area because we do have some sensitive cargo that we would like to see taken care of while we are off on this journey.
Oh, well, if you're looking for our, you know, lunar bards, my best bet is to hit up the local office here in town, show him that pin, and he kind of just gives you some light instructions. Give him the pin, give him this for me, and they'll see what they can accommodate.
Very well. Do you have any idea when this caravan is supposed to be coming through?
Well, right now, we've got about maybe 6 or 7 different travelers and their small contingent here, so I'm assuming that we want to leave in the next 3 to 5 days. The hard part is just ensuring that we have enough people to staff the caravan.
Okay. Well, our group would definitely be very interested in helping out with that, so you can count us as part of the aid with the caravan. But we'll probably need to find accommodations for the next several days then, while
Well,
we.
well, the Harper office might be able to help you out with that.
Okay. And where's the Harper office located at?
Well, the Harper office that you're going to look for is actually here in the Blackgate area. You're going to look for look for a small little theater called the Two String Lute.
Two String Lute. Okay. And I'll just ask for general directions there. I'm sure
Yeah,
he's using like.
he kind of just tells you it's like, go ahead and walk about 10 minutes, in the northwest section, and it's gonna have pretty much a harp on the front of it with a full moon behind it this time.
Got it. Okay. All right. Is there any other things you would need from us?
Nope, he hands you another letter that he scribbles down. It's like, use this as a letter of reference for, hopefully it'll help you gain some work here in town. People come to know me as a reputable source for employment for short-term contractors.
Well, I appreciate that very much. If we are looking for something to do in the town to try and make some income, we shall.
Now, it should
Thanks
also
for the help,
help you.
Barry.
Should help you also gain the attention of prominent merchants as well. People I usually recommend do a pretty decent job, so people come to me for recommendations for who to hire for the caravan work.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. And once we know where it is that where we'll be putting ourselves up, then we'll let you know so you can send word to us when there's people within the caravan that we should be meeting with.
He kind of just looks at you and he kind of goes, "Well, maybe we're misunderstanding something here. Here's the thing: is that people are looking for independent contractors like yourself on a frequent enough basis, but they're not exactly how to put it advertising their service freely. You're going to have to do something to either discern who is in need of work or find a way to showcase your strengths to attract the eyes of would-be employers."
Okay, and you said that there were people here starting to get situated for their departure. So are there people here now that would be able to make that decision, or should I wait for a couple of days for them to start showing up?
Well, there's a few merchants here, guards and mercenaries and the like. Hell, I think there's even a lawyer here and there that might be looking for some protection, but how you go about attracting their attention, I really can't see if there's a good way of doing it.
Arms crossed, brow furrowed. Um, perhaps you're right. Perhaps we're not understanding each other. This is this very specific caravan that I'm looking for people who are coming from Greenest, who are part of a very specific group that are headed towards Waterdeep.
He kind of raises an eyebrow. He's like, um, not quite your drift here. I haven't seen anything about a group from Green Nest.
But this is why Anthar sent us up here to you specifically. He said you would know a way to get us in with these people.
He kind of just furrows his brow even further and scratches his head. He's like, I'm not entirely sure what you're getting at. I'm just a guy who outfits people for journeys and helps folks like you find employment.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll
Oh,
look for ways to try and find these people because we hopefully should be able to recognize some of them. I guess.
okay. Andromeda, if you would like to go ahead and do a insight check, go ahead.
Give me just 1 second. I have to load everything up again because my computer restarted.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a great time. Don't fuck me. You fucked me.
Yeah, sorry. You can tell that this guy is legitimately confused as to what you're implying about a group from Green Nest.
Okay. Well, we'll be in touch if there's anything else that we would need from you, I suppose, and we'll head out. Appreciate all of your help so far.
Well, let me know if there's anything else that I can provide you with on your journey. I can always take the tab up with Anthar and let him know I need finances for whatever supplies you might requisition for your journey.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we'll be around. We'll be in contact because yeah, we will be looking for ways to get in with people. Thank you for leading us in this direction. And then I guess we can head towards the two-string loot.
The two-string loot. Okay.
And as we're walking, I'm gonna. So I don't think he has the specifics as for I what we're the people we're looking for. So we may have to kind of keep an eye on things. Is there any sort of like accommodations that are like within eye shot of it, like any like inns or anything that like overlook the area of where his little shop thing is?
Of his warehouse. Yeah, there's an inn or two that kind of is a little bit more attractive to folks since they don't have to go too far to journey to the warehouse.
Okay, because we could get a room somewhere nearby and be able to just keep an eye on things, and whenever people from the caravan start arriving, we should know what the dragon cult people should be looking like, and we'll once they arrive, we should be able to do what we need to do. That makes sense?
I'm following. Are we just gonna leave Arvid in the stable then?
Well, no, I want to head to this tavern that he mentioned with the where the Harpers apparently have an office situated, and see if we can find someone there who can either basically somebody who can take care of the dogs, so that way we're not constantly worried about what might happen to them and have to like hide them from everything because this we're trying to travel with the dragon cultists. So this may that the subterfuge may not go very far if we have that with us.
No, that's fair. I'm just trying to make sure that this is what we're doing.
We'll just give it a shot and see if there's something that we can, if that's something we can do.
Oh, for sure.
All right, and to the two-string salute then.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get closer. You hear, a small melodic bit of music from a lute and also a flute, and you happen to see, yeah, no, you happen to see a goblin, and a hobgoblin actually just sitting there and jamming out, singing songs about, um, oh, good lord, I lost my train of thought. Singing songs of stealing treasure from a dragon and how they narrowly escaped and how they were lucky that only their behinds were set ablaze and nothing else. And there's a small crowd gathered there, mostly small kids and what would assume to be parents and caretakers there. You happen to see a minotaur kind of just wiping down a serving area with some food out there and kind of taking a smile in.
The Minotaur behind the bar.
Yep.
Okay. I will make note of the kinsman who is on the stage. But I'll head over to the Minotaur and um, I will put some gold on the bar and say, "Greetings, friends. I was looking to purchase some ale and also I was looking for some information, I suppose."
The minotaur looks at you and lets out a sharp moo. So, how's how's El Terrell these days?
El Terrell is not a, that's pretty nice. It's very. I'm sorry. How did you? What do you mean?
Well, I guess that makes sense. You guys aren't exactly seasoned veterans of the Harpers, but heard about your odd makeup of your party, and though you are one bird less than I expected.
Well, that is kind of why I'm here. I'm looking for people. We have some cargo that we'd like to try and find like-minded souls to care for us while we are off and doing the Harper's work as it should be said.
Well, what kind of car?
Let's just say it is living cargo.
Kind of, kind of looks. It's like, well, if it's like horses or something, I can surely find some way to board them, but
It's like horses, but it's not exactly. How in the know are you as to what we have been doing for the past several weeks?
he brings out a letter. It's like, oh, Anthar sent me a little bit of a, well, I guess, notice that you folks were coming this way, and figure you might be coming this to one of our establishments.
We were coming your way, but did he say anything about what it was that we were doing or what we were dealing with?
He shuffles his eyes like, yeah, something about dealing with some dragon folk.
Yes, that is exactly it. There's the dragon cult that we've been dealing with. That they had some treasure that they were hoarding that we liberated from them. That is a bit harder to keep inconspicuous, shall we say. And since we are trying to be traveling with them, it will be even more difficult for us to, uh, again, just keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Baldur's Gate's actually got quite a bit of ability to. Baldur's Gate got quite ability to accommodate all the odd folks. So, but how are we talking?
They're smallish and uh, kind of roundish and
They're like a very specific breed of dog that like no one's ever heard of before. And I'll just give him a look.
how trustworthy is this guy?
He kind of starts sweating. He's like, "Oh, oh no, not okay. Look, folks, you're talking about that. We got to be very particular about that. Baldur's Gate may be known for its exotic items, but if you're inferring what I think you are with this whole, you know, dragon business, we might be in a bit of a pickle here."
Welcome to our pickle, sir.
Yeah, I definitely feel like a pickle is what we're in.
It's like, okay, we've got a network to deal with exotic folks exotic exotic items that your folks are dealing with. We'll have to. We can definitely take care of them. It's just a bit unusual for us to do so. He kind of
In
just.
fairness, they've actually been rather hospitable. I don't know.
They're very loving.
Yes.
Say that to my gloves.
No one asked about your gloves, all
I
right?
liked those gloves.
Say that to my fur. They're actually very loving. They like to lick people.
I scoff at him and then I use mending and fix his gloves.
The color isn't even all that. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Sorry, it's not perfect. I'm sure you'll wear them in.
I'm sure. Thank you.
Anyway, as we were saying, we are trying to figure out a way to take care of this, but we are also handling other business, so we find ourselves at an impasse.
How so?
We're traveling and they are not great travel companions.
Oh, well, we can. Like I
But they're
said,
not very incognito either.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of
I mean,
surprised that no one's taken interest in them. I mean, folks must have found a way to get them pretty tame and quiet.
thus far, yes, we've done quite well, I would say.
Must-
Anyways, what would it take to arrange this?
Oh, not much. May want to bring them in after dark, so it's easier to conceal them. We can go ahead and send them to some sort of area or something like that to with other types of drakes and see if we can do a little bit to accommodate them with others of their backgrounds.
That's fair. And how do you propose we do this? I kind of get the impression that things are a little secure as far as cargo moving in and out.
Well, we can use that to your advantage. As long as we're not trying to smuggle them into the city, we should be fine getting them in, moving them about on the outskirts here. Not too uncommon for drakes and tigers and other exotic creatures to be moving about.
And when can we possibly arrange this?
Takes a rag to his brows, like, well, give me an hour and I might be able to go ahead and get the situation started tonight, as if I'm lucky.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely check in on our companion and go from there.
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, we can try to accommodate your exotic pets and see about make sure they're properly taken care of as you make the expedition north.
Much appreciated. Now we run into a couple other issues. Um, Actually, just random. I know he's kind of being like somewhat truthful, but I want to actually inside check this guy and see how he's doing. Like, see what I think of him and what I'm gauging from this conversation so far.
Oh, sure.
That's a little better. 15, actually. Here. Nah, just 15.
So with the 15, you can tell that he's truthful about trying to at least accommodate your requests, but you can definitely get the feeling that this is a very unusual one, and trying to fulfill it completely is going to be a problem for him.
Oh, I'm very well aware. uh, as far as like trustworthiness, does he seem like he's trustworthy?
Oh yeah,
Or feel like he's being...
all right. He's solid. He has no ulterior motives for taking in the dragons or trying to get you guys off track.
Okay. So then we are actually looking for a specific caravan. Would you happen to be able to help with that?
Well, as far as our information goes, the caravan that's due to leave in the next few days likely to take the bulk of the Cult of the Dragon supplies out of Baldur's Gate up to Waterdeep. Fortunately, these folks are been doing this long enough that they're able to conceal it. I will tell you that there's likely to be a few members among the cult that is going to travel with that treasure, so it's not going to be completely unguarded. Hopefully they'll slip up. This journey's going to take you a bit of time to get through. Did Anta tell you how long you're going to be on this journey?
I have
I
no idea.
I don't remember. I knew it was a while, but I don't remember anything.
Oh, well, I'll let you know that the average journey from here to Waterdeep takes about 40 days.
Yeah, well, we're here to try and find out where it is they're actually taking this treasure they're amassing, and we're trying to figure out what they're doing next. So that's the only thing that's important to us at the moment.
Do you know when that like actually supposed to arrive?
Well, it's hard to say. They've been gathering treasure from all southern and eastern parts of Baldur's Gate. The treasure from Greenest might have been kind of the last bit of loot that they've been able to collect in that part of town, but reports say that they've been even able to gather treasure from other parts of the Sword Coast. Towns that like Sakamba, Dragon Spear, just to name a few, have been all have a higher amount of thefts in the recent days than normally kept, as far as our agents have been able to discern.
Right, but we still don't know why, and we still don't know where they're taking it.
All we know is that they've been moving a little bit more lately north on this road.
Like more out or more in?
They're collecting more and shipping it north. We've seen more departures north from more of the members, or what we can identify as members. It used to be once every month, and now we're catching them almost 2 caravans a month moving stuff.
Interesting. Okay. Do you happen to have any connections to these caravans besides just hearing about them?
We try not to pull poor Akin into the situation. The man's looking to retire here in a few years, and we don't want to cause any reason for him not to enjoy his golden years. We pretty much just ask him to provide us with just the logistics of putting the caravans together. It's almost public
Well,
knowledge.
well, the thing is that the caravans exist because the road is treacherous and it's safety in numbers, so it's always a bunch of un unaligned travelers who are headed north that just kind of get put together into a group so that way they're not um, attacked or anything in the middle of the night. That's correct, right? That's the way it works.
Indeed, the safety in numbers is probably the best way to avoid bandits on the trip north.
So we don't even need to get in good with the actual uh, dragon cultists themselves. It's just another merchant group that's going at the same time. We just have to time it correctly.
That is correct. I believe the best course of action would probably be to get in with a reputable merchant or trader or someone who can help act as cover for you all. Unfortunately, we don't really have anyone in this particular group we know too well.
That's fine. We'll be able to work our way out through that. It's just trying to get these the animals situated is our big concern over the next few days while we wait for these people to arrive.
Understood.
Okay. Anything else that we might need from this fine gentleman whose name I never caught?
Lago Asterion.
Lago Asterion. It's an interesting name.
Indeed.
Where have we heard that name, that surname before? Is that actually part of the module?
No.
Okay, you never know.
No, I had a cousin that did some work down south, and I couldn't stand being in such a small port town. Heard some ghastly thing going down there, and kind of glad I left before things got cold.
Got cold, huh? That sounds terrible. Did you hear anything recently from this cousin? What happened to them?
No idea. Haven't heard a letter from her in ages.
So she just kind of disappeared then?
Oh yeah, haven't heard very much from cousin Vika.
Hmm. Interesting name. Strange dialect, I think, that your people have. Anyway, but that's a very interesting thing. So you said about an hour you might be able to find some direction you could give us for what to do with the cargo.
Indeed, I will go ahead and send another, you know, send another musician into town and see if we can do something about ringing up the band to give your companions a proper send off.
Wonderful. Well, we will go get our other companion and uh, be back in about an hour then.
All right, I'll be here.
Okay. Then we will go and reconnoiter with Aravid and dump on her all the information that we just got.
Arvid is her feathers are definitely slightly less sleek than before and are slightly acidy. um Looking a lot like Diala's gloves.
What do you mean his gloves look fine?
Let me see something.
Looking a lot like Flesh Hooves' fur. Or lack thereof.
That's what happens when you get around.
Anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just really, really great at conversation.
Anyway, so what's exactly happened and what's going on and what's the plan?
All the things I just said.
I didn't catch any of that. Yeah, so there's a plan for the puppies.
Yes. Well, we need to find a way to get. We need to see what the Harpers can do. So, I guess one of us is going to have to stay here with the puppies again, and this way Aravid can go and.
I'll stay this time.
Does it matter? I mean, Also, if we're leaving the puppies here, then we should probably get rid of the carts and the extra horses.
Yes, we probably should. I don't know how.
Well, did you meet anyone who deals in carts and horses in the town?
I'm gonna gesture to the front gate or like the entrance and just be like, I mean, it's pretty much all around us at this point.
But no one specific that you know who deals in carts that you spoke to while you were in the city.
The fact I'm gesturing generically everything should answer that question for you.
No, I don't think it ever came up. Anyway,
Face desk.
very sad. Anyway, we should. Well, we should head off and once well, I'm sure we can find a. We should be able to take care of the horses with Celeborn anyway, and he and his people, I'm sure, will Celeborn.
I assume that us having our own mounts would be helpful for this very long journey we're planning on going on? Or is it a short journey? What exactly?
We don't know. We don't know where we're going.
Oh,
That is the point of the reason why we're here is because we don't know where they're taking everything. So
alright.
we need to find out where they're taking everything.
That
We assume that it's in
makes
the direction
sense.
towards Waterdeep, but that's really all we know.
That makes sense. Alright, so
We also know that they are taking a lot of things out to Waterdeep, but we were not able to ascertain where the exact caravan that we were following is.
They're not
Alright.
here yet.
Hence, we don't know where they are.
alright, so why do you need me? Or why
Well, unless you wanted to stay with the cart. Well, he needed an hour to kill, so we figured we'd come back here and tell you the information.
Oh. Alright.
So I didn't know if you wanted to continue to sit here with the cart while we try and find a way to unload the cargo, or if you wanted to not do that.
That's fine. Drama seems happy to stay. I can go. Fine.
All right. Well, then after an hour has gone, let's head back to the two-string loot.
Okay. All right, you guys make it back to the two-string loop. Did you guys bring the hatchlings with you, or?
Thought we weren't supposed to smuggle them into the city.
Yeah, we're not supposed to smuggle them in the city.
I thought you guys were going.
leaving-
No, the two-string loop was inside of Blackgate. It's outside the city.
Yeah.
So we're bringing the puppies with us.
Was that the direction that was given? I thought he was just like looking for ways to get it done.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
we all misunderstood that.
Well, he
Okay,
was.
so if he wants us to bring it, and that was the intention he was trying to convey, I'm sure we probably would have understood that in the conversation that we had.
Yeah.
However, that is not how it came across when you said it to us. So, if,
Ah.
like whatever it is, we'll roll with it. Like,
Ye.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't too sure if you guys were bringing with you or not. I mean, it's still middle of the day, so. So anyway, yeah, you guys make it back to the two-string loop, and you see Largo there. He's like, well, I think we've got a way to get them to where we're from. There's a small contingent of guard drakes that are going to be moving out towards Scornabel, that we can take them over there and give them some proper handling and training.
You'll take proper care of them and all, right? I mean, they're rather clever and they probably need good teaching and caring and chin scratches and right?
he's literally going to take them to be with other dragons.
But I mean, what sort of dragons? I mean, they're very little, and I don't want them to be like bullied or anything because they're so tiny.
If they get bullied and we find out, I'm kicking them. Whoever did
Kicking-
it, I'm
oh,
kicking
yeah.
them.
You hear you hear small crackles in the air behind you, and behind you is a blue dragon board that kind of, I wouldn't say looks familiar, but based on your Reveless thing, you guys might be taken aback. Ah, I see. These are the interesting folks, huh? Hey, Largo. Largo just
Does he look like Cyanrath?
he does, but a younger version.
Can't remember his first name.
Langdrosa.
Landergosa, that's right. He looked like someone that I knew recently.
Ah, must have been a good fight, huh?
Good fight? Yes.
Ah, so I was told that you have some exotic pets that you need to take care of, huh?
Insight check this guy.
Yeah.
Same.
Also, same.
Might as well.
Oof.
18.
23.
Another fucking 7.
Good lord. All right, so two of you pass. This guy, he's trying to put up a bit of a brave face, but you could tell that he's a little bit nervous about taking the drakes with them. And outside of that, though, you could tell that he's at least trustworthy to see the job done.
Okay, so he's here to do the right thing, the thing that we need them to do, but he's kind of like, I'm gonna be smuggling dragons, ain't I?
Yeah, he's just like, out of all the jobs I had to take today, this was not the one I wanted.
I mean, we'll get them back, right? When everything is done, guys, right? I'm sort of attached to the little buggers.
He said you're taking them to
Squirtabelle.
Scarborough?
Squirtabelle, yeah. Yeah, it's a decent sized city east of El Terrell.
Okay, well at least we'll know where to look for them.
Or murder somebody.
What was your name, friend, if we were going to be putting these in your care?
Ah, I am Espada del Noche. World renowned, well, that's what I tell myself. World renowned traveler and ranger.
Espare Noche?
Let me type it in for you.
Espada del Noche.
See, yes, we will. I will do my best to ensure that the small creatures get proper upbringing care, or at least escort them safely to Scornabel.
Scornabelle is where you said.
Yeah.
Right. So we know where to find them, and you'll take good care of them.
See, take great care of my kinsmen.
The
Knowing what I know about dragons, do they feel like that about other dragon, like, I guess, flights?
Go ahead and roll me a history check on that one.
Do I get advantage based on my background?
What is your background? Oh, your background. Well,
Yes, my background.
okay, that background. Yeah, go ahead.
Fucking Christ. That would be 11.
Uh, you know that unless that provoked, there shouldn't be any issues based off the colors of these dragons. That they shouldn't cause any unnecessary conflict.
Alright. I was just curious. Thank you, sir.
All right. So, how are we handling this? Are you coming out with us to pick them up, or
We brought them in.
we did? Is that what we
We're not
landed
in.
on?
We're not in town. We're outside of town. That's the
Okay.
outskirts
No,
of town.
I just
But-
was making sure we're in a tavern in the middle of the day.
Yeah, no, never go with a hippie to a third location. A secondary location, sorry. Yeah, and that's what we're kind of asking.
It's like,
okay.
yeah, I mean, if you guys want to keep them with it doesn't matter either way. I mean, you guys are able to conceal them well enough to where they're not making a peep.
Okay, and if that's it, and then Espada wants to take them from here. That way we don't have to like worry about it. We can get this whole dragon thing off of our backs and move forward with things. Everybody okay with that, or
Mhm.
do we want to
Mhm.
sit here and roleplay for another hour about how to foist off these dragons?
No, voiced away. I
Yeah.
would have liked to keep them, but they will literally be a problem with what we're trying to do. So yes, let us foist away.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes. You know, Espada does the whole bit where he talks to them, and he's like, "I don't want to say thank you for the best week of their first lives."
Arvid gives them all great big hugs and one last chin scratch.
And you can kind of see him talking to Draconic to the to the to the hatchling. He's like, "I have almost mi amigos," and then you kind of just see them all kind of just pop into a crate, and then they're just on their way.
Speaking of, I'd actually come up with names for them, and since we never discussed gender, they're all female.
Oh, okay.
They are Alecto, Megara, and Tisiphone.
Oh God.
There are not a lot of triplets in mythology, okay? I was originally going to go with the three Morrigan goddesses, but
Look, just don't let them know what those names mean. They will be furious.
but trying to pronounce Irish names is I think physically impossible.
I don't know. Isn't it Deborah? Sorry. That was
Deborah?
That is not my name. My name is Deborah.
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 Anyway, so yeah. I mean, honestly, those names seem to match Black Dragons pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, you had your moment of separation. You cue the sad music, and then you know.
It's the Hulk walking away at the end of the episode music.
Oh, I was thinking more of the Mandalorian when Grogu leaves with Skywalker. It's like da 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 dun. Okay, all right. So yeah, the Dragonlings are on their way to Dragon School with Espada, and yeah, now what?
Now we waste 3 days until the caravan shows up, I guess.
Pretty much.
All right. So there's still, Largo kind of works out. It's like, all right. So, ha- is there a particular group of people that you feel that you'd be more comfortable working with than others? I think I've got a list of about 20 or so associates that you could probably talk to.
Hey, who is this?
Why are
Largo,
we working?
to help get you onto the caravan with little suspicion.
Well, I can definitely do physical work if that's what needs be.
I mean, don't caravans typically need guards? Couldn't we just sign up as guards?
Well, sure, but making sure that you get hired by the right person can go a long ways too to help reduce any suspicion. Don't forget that there are cultists among the group. One 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 bit of suspicion and the whole plan could go astray.
I mean, that's a fair point. So, does anyone on your list require uh, mercenary assistance?
Yeah, he kind of goes through his list there, and he's like, well, got a few folks. We have Souls Dig the Pole. He's looking for just some people to help work as guards to do some general guard work around.
For the caravan, that's
Yeah, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, he works as a security for his own private company. He's been kind of with the amount of caravans leaving as of late, he's short on hands to help guard.
That sounds perfect, right? Yes? I mean, unless, you all wanted to do something else, like be cooks or something.
I don't really think that's my area.
No, not particularly.
There's also Tijit Skish. She's also someone who runs a private security firm for the caravans. She's pretty quick to anger, though, and she even quicker to resort to her blades when something sets her off. Bit of a firebrand, that one. But she's pretty honest, and she doesn't fail. So her reputation's pretty stellar as well.
Probably because she kills anyone who would say anything bad about her, from the sound of her description.
Fair point.
So, so I guess we'll start with the first one he said and see if he wants to hire us, and if not, we'll go and have a chat with her and hope that we don't get shanked.
Alright.
Drama, you should probably not talk.
Rude.
Well, you should be able to find Solstag. For a human, he's pretty tall. Most people boast about their height, but the man himself is 7 feet 5 inches in height. They bill him as probably one of the tallest humans to ever set foot in the town of Baldur's Gate.
So, on the lookout for a very tall human who wants to hire guards.
Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised. I think his parents probably blessed him. I mean, Solzeg's name means literally tall as a lodgepole.
Sounds like he really stands out.
Oh,
Largo just
Not too much.
Largo kind of looks at you and is like, he flips a coin. He flips the copper into a jar and he's like, I knew I shouldn't have taken that bet today.
is that a pun jar or something? Do you have to pay into it whenever someone tells a pun?
Well, he points over to the Goblin and Hobgoblin and states like, I told them the name of the people looking for work today from the board, and someone had said someone made a pun off of Solsdag that they bet me one copper someone would do it, and I took them on that bet.
I feel as though a pun jar would be an excellent idea with this group. Pay a copper every time you tell a bad pun.
You'd be
I
surprised.
feel very targeted right now.
That's probably because
Teacher.
I'm aiming at you, but also myself and occasionally.
No,
Drama.
I'm pretty sure that it's mostly pointed at me. You do make your puns once in a while, but I feel like that is mostly at me. I feel attacked. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, Largo basically, kind of coughs. He's like, anyway, you'll be able to find Solsdag near the warehouse that you found good old Salaban at. He's probably measuring people up and down to contract for some temporary work. Like I said, should be easy to find if you're looking for a very tall human.
Right then. to very tall human man.
Yep. If it doesn't work out, you don't like the man, feel free to come back and we'll figure out some other folks to speak with about employment.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go do this.
Okay.
Do it.
Yep. So you guys come back, and now that you know what to look for, you do end up spying the very tall human in front of a small trading ring that's excuse me, corner off by rope. You see a half orc and a elf kind of sparring, and probably about a minute of observation, you see that the half elf is on the ground, back to pretty much flat on his back, breathing heavily, and Solsteg, you can tell he's got a quill and some parchment, and he jots down a note, gives a nod, and waves the next two people into the ring for some combat.
All right. So is this like a?
Yeah, it's just it's a just a circle of dirt on the ground that people are just sparring and trying to impress Solsteg into hiring them on for a job.
All right. Well, I will look up because I'm 6'5". Like I'm not.
I can think of is the gnome line. My, you're a tall one. That's all it's like just going over and over in my head on repeat.
All I got is, that's a huge bitch.
That movie's not aged well.
No, it has not.
Where is that from?
Deuce Bigelow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Anyways, Solstig takes a look at you, and Solstig kind of takes a look at Dialith and grunts. Is like, work.
Work.
Work, work.
Work, work. Oh, damn
He gives you an eye over. He's like, "Can you lift?"
Is there anything nearby that like is heavy but liftable?
Oh yeah, you actually see a cart loaded with some sizable rocks in it.
I will lift the largest rock that I can, like if I can.
All right.
Before he goes to do it, I will slap him on the back to cheer him on and give him guidance.
You see
shits and giggles. I will try to also lift one.
he notices something. He's like, "Hold on." He slaps Dialith on the back. He's like, "On your own, no friends."
Got enough?
Did he just like cast like dispel magic on him or something?
Pretty much.
All right. Well, it's a 23.
Okay, well, yeah, you're able to lift up that crate full of heavy stones without any issue whatsoever, and you even decide to do a few reps with it, and Solstead gives a nod of approval. It's like,
It's leg day.
it's like, good, now run. He instructs you to run a few laps.
Holding the crate.
No, but he wants to keep your armor on though.
All right. I will run around the thing.
Yeah, another
with my
athletics check.
Glass armor on. Another athletic.
Yep.
20.
Oh yeah. Solstead kind of goes, okay, I can hire you.
Okay. Do I need to beat any of these other people up?
I don't want you to actually hurt the people I'm trying to hire.
Yeah. Everybody seems to be lining up to try and like to get the jobs, but if I gotta beat someone up, that's what I'll do.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check on the combats in the ring.
20. I'm rolling really good.
Damn. Yeah, you could tell that these guys are probably fresh out of some sort of academy or training ground or something to the effect that they have really no real combat whatsoever. He's just trying to gauge if any of them could be, worth their salt at least. And protecting a caravan, not so much as to being a real combatant in the event of a real bandit ambush.
Okay. At some point, I probably need to. I probably should have at 4, but oh well. I took my power attack feat. I should take Tavern Brawler so I can get proficiency in improvised weapons and be able to like roll unarmed strike damage.
Could always take a level 1 monk for your unarmed strike damage.
Do I have the stats for that? No. I was like, wisdom's
Rip
fine.
Dex.
Rip Dex though.
So is the only way to get higher to lift that massive crate of rocks, or is there another test for people who are a little
Have
less?
more hollow bones.
Yes, that.
Did
First,
I actually
all
lift it with
those.
a 12, by the way?
You're able to at least lift it, but it takes a monumental effort on your end just to, not rip any tendons or lose a large amount of feathers from the stress of lifting these rocks.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm gonna like, even if feathers like fall out as I set it down, I'm gonna be proud because I picked it up. See if I'm gonna be grinning ear to ear after I set it down.
He makes a slight note on the parchment. He points to Dialth. All right, I can use you for the vanguard. You can at least clear large obstacles, and you're good in a fight. I can see the wear and tear on your large weapon there.
And when he goes to point at Dialith and tell him that he's hired, Dialith is gone and is probably urinating behind some house somewhere. He stepped away to go use the bathroom. I don't know. Where's the outhouse?
Okay.
That's some interesting roleplay there.
Right?
Just like
Okay.
mid-conversation, she's like, okay, yeah, you got work, alright. And he just like walks off and pisses behind the building.
It's a fucking power move. That's how you fucking do it. All right, you got the job. Great. Just start peeing on everybody.
Ugh.
Sorry, marking my territory. Okay, I'm done.
All right. So Dialth gets hired on, and he kind of looks at Arvid. He's like, "All right." He looks at you. He's like, "You can fight, but what else can you provide to my company here? I'm not too sure how to measure you up."
Well, lots of things. I'm very good at sticking daggers in things that don't want daggers stuck in them.
She once scared away a dragon by throwing a dagger.
True story. See the whole
How-
city doing it.
So, just engaging up like the people that are like trying to get hired onto this thing, or any of them like anywhere near to my like build capability, anything like that.
There's people who have at least the same physique, but you can definitely tell that most of these guys, at least in this arena, trying to show off, they're really green in terms of what they can do. You can tell that they're still very much into the basic forms that they were taught and not really varying and off of that. You can tell that their footwork is a little bit too predictable as well. A few of them could in time become someone of your caliber, but you're not really seeing anyone that could give you, a decent workout.
But I'm like a whale that has like landed in this guy's lap, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
All right, well then I'll just like roll up to him with my arms folded and say, "They're with me, so I can vouch for all of their capabilities, and they would be very useful in a fight in case that sort of thing would come up." So,
Roll persuasion with advantage.
yay, I'm good at that. All my good rolls and use up. There's a natural 1, but that's a 14.
Okay. He goes, "All right. I can tell that you're the honest type. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to pay you for being in the Vanguard 10 gold pieces a day plus food and living expenses on the road. But your friends there, unless they can justify their worth beyond that, I can really only pay them as a basic guard for 5 days, plus food and living expensive.
Right.
What skills are you looking for in guards besides hulking brutes?
Well, I need people to
I
be.
try not to take that personally, but okay.
I mean, compared to us, you're like 2 feet taller.
Dude, you're a badass. Did you see what I did trying to lift that box?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything about that, but
Hulking brute! And I'm gonna, like, wave my wing up and down, like, gesturing at you. It's a compliment, it's not an insult.
Anyway, so other skills you're looking for.
He's like, and have you in here good at tracking?
I've dabbled a little bit.
Kind of looks over and he's like,
I'm familiar with medicine. I'm good at spotting things. I make a fairly excellent scout, and I tend to be very difficult to spot.
I also am on the quieter side of things. I'm also very good at handling things at a distance, if need be. I also am very, very handy with healing people and helping people stay alive.
oh. He takes that into consideration. He's like, okay. And he points to Andromeda and it's like, and you?
Well, hello there. I was waiting for you to get to me.
And it begins.
So, I really, really hope you're looking for someone who's like super charismatic, and I also heal people if that's to take into any consideration. I can cook. Um, it's really funny trying to talk about yourself, especially when you're trying to like do things like this. Sorry, I don't get nervous often, but you make me very nervous.
He kind of takes everything into consideration. Where he was like, okay. He points to Delph. You, 10, 10 gold per 10 day. Points to Nemu and Arvid. You two, 8 pieces per 10 day. And he points to Andromeda's like, and you 5 pieces per 10 day.
I am worth so much more than 5 pieces.
so that's
That's
124 gold. No, not bad.
No, it's not.
Seeing as how we're here to do cough, cough. But we're here to do this thing regardless, and any money we get from him is like,
icing on the cake.
yeah,
And will also be like the first time we're paid to do something.
hey,
Legitimately. All right.
All right, so you guys accept the tentative offer then?
For now, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we're working for is to get in, right? So.
All right.
have we heard anything from the dragon cults? Like, are there people like showing up?
So not on day one. You guys don't notice anything. Largo tells you that he's set up accommodations at in near the warehouse called the Dusty Wheel for your rest. That's paid for by the Harpers as well.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we have no reason to keep our carts anymore, right? We should probably off.
I mean, yeah, I would think that would be acceptable. Just enough horses for the 4 of us. Is it just me or is everybody being quiet?
Oh no, we just lost them again.
I think they died.
Our internet died again.
Yeah, we.
Is that
To
is
answer
all-
your question, I said yes, I think, to getting rid of everything, but a horse for each of us is good.
Yeah.
so we will sell the everything else to what's his butt.
Yes. Selling excess horses / carriage.
Yeah, sell it to Salabon. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, Salabon kind of looks over you guys' card and he's like, "Yeah, it's not a bad farmer card. I can probably make a use out of it." He offers you 30 gold pieces for it.
Hey,
And the 2 horses?
and
Oh,
it
yeah.
was worth the price.
There were 4 horses and then our
Oh, that's
2
right.
horses for the cart.
Yeah, so we have 2 horses and the cart.
Alright, so the riding horse, he's going to offer you them at price at 75 each since they seem to be well cared for and still in decent enough shape to make a trip soonish.
Hey, we're back up to 409 gold, guys.
Huzzah!
It's now a bad time to say that I need another set of plate armor for reasons.
Do we...
I think they just crashed again.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oof.
This is super awesome.
While we're in town, can we picked up 5 crossbows and 5 scimitars. Can we also unload that? And we have a bunch of gems that we should probably unload unless someone needs random precious stones that we do not have specific details of.
Nah, I've got enough stones for what we're doing, so sell away.
Okay. So we've got 5 crossbows, 5 scimitars, 6 precious stones worth 100 gold each, and 1 uncut gem worth 25 gold.
Yeah, and you guys can easily find traders for all that stuff since you're in a large enough town that someone will buy it at cost.
How much are 5 crossbows and 5 scimitars worth?
Let's take a look here. And you said they were light crossbows?
I'm not sure. It just had crossbows.
Okay.
We could say light. That's fine.
Let's take a look here. Equipment. What? Man, why am I blanking out so badly tonight? Good lord.
It just seemed like the time to do it, especially since we no longer have the cart.
Right. So, light crossbows will go 25 gold piece each. And the scimitars will go 25 gold pieces each.
You said 25 each for both of them, so that's 2... God, what was that squealing sound? 250?
Yeah.
Alright, if we get the discount, we can afford his armor again. We're up to 1,200.
Wait, why are we buying him armor again?
I'm just being.
We're not.
Here.
He was being a sarcastic jerk.
Okay, no, I thought so, but like then you started going along with it, and I was like, okay, is this actually a thing, or like what's going on?
No.
I'm like, why the fuck do we need 2 sets of full plate?
In case one gets
One
dirty.
to wear and one to, bog us down.
I say at that cost, buy more healing potions or something. Fuck the other thing, the plate.
Yeah, we have 1,200 gold again. We can buy something, but we also have 3 healing potions each, I think.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if we're gonna spend it on something, I would rather spend it on more healing potions than spend it on another thing of full plate. Is all I was saying.
Yeah,
Not that we need them.
at
Did I
this
have a
rate,
bananas amount?
I think
I
it
have
might be
6.
Yeah, and he is 6. He is double the amount because he's the Vanguard. Um, save our gold so that we can have it in case we need it to like buy a magic item that someone wants or whatever.
Yeah, I think we
Unless
should
there's
just save it.
something that someone needs.
Thankfully, in this campaign, you guys have the ability to hit major towns on a more frequent basis this time around.
So we're not stranded in a place where there's like no trading whatsoever because we're trapped in the middle of a fog, a death fog,
Right,
a dimension that is cut off from everything else.
right.
Excellent. Anyway, so moving right along. Do we just want to like cut to the day that the caravan shows up?
I had a thing that I wanted to do, which I don't need role played, but can if you want to.
Oh, what's going on?
I want to find a because I know that first of all my frame and general hobgoblin is going to be fairly recognizable, but I would like to, and I know I have new armor, so they haven't seen my new armor, but I want to like get like I want to get like just like a poncho to put like over everything, but I also want to foist off my old chainmail, which I never did, and I wanted to take the sword that I have that I stole from Cyanrath.
Mm-hmm.
Is very, his signature greatsword. I was thinking about like pawning it and getting a different sword, but I think I want to go to a blacksmith and see if I can get it like altered and made to like still using the same metal and the same like thing, but like get it like tailored to not look exactly the same and be more of my like thing.
Oh, so kind of like changing out the hilt and the style of the blade a little bit, so that way it's doesn't identify you as someone who may have fought with Signrath.
Or murder?
I think he's wanting to keep it as like a trophy, but make it like his at the same time.
Sure.
I think I could be wrong on that, but that's kind of what I'm interpreting. But without having it be like, if somebody knows it's like Cyanra's sword, they're not going to be like, that's Cyanra's. They'll be like, yeah, that looks familiar.
Yeah, we could totally do that. Looks like got DC'd again.
This is going very well tonight.
Yeah, the gods are not with us tonight.
Anyway, assuming we need to do that, I'm assuming we're going to need to figure out price tags for that. So basically, offing his chainmail and reforging his
Right,
greatsword.
redoing the hilt on the greatsword and all that fun jazz.
So how much would that cost?
Well, since it's not pretty much making a new weapon, the cost will definitely be a lot cheaper. A great sword by itself, at cost is 50 gold pieces. So just to redo the style of the hilt to depending on how fancy you want to get with it. If you just want it done with just typical metal and don't want to ornate it with anything, Smith will only charge you probably about 10 gold pieces to redo that. But if you wanted to add some inlays and redo other work or add extra accents, it might cost you a couple more gold pieces for that.
How much fancy? Why not? I'll treat myself.
All right. Well, it depends how fancy you want to get. Like, do you want to inlay a gem or a emblem on like the pommel, or are we talking like inlay some coloring on the interior of the blade to give it a little bit more flair to it?
Well, I don't want it to take a long time. I don't want to like wait 3 days for it because I don't know when we're gonna need to leave. But
Okay, Fancy, but can be expedited.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy.
Yes.
Yeah. Smith can redo the pommel, and just do a new emblem there, and kind of give you a new crossguard that isn't in a dragon-ish style. Instead, if you wanted to get a little bit more, um, how do I put it? If you want to get a little bit more practical and sturdier, he can redo that. And if you just want a slight inlay inside the blade, he could probably get that done in probably a day's worth of work for about 15 gold pieces.
All right, and how much will they give me for the chainmail?
Since
Plus 75.
he'll probably give you about 50, since quite a few of the links are broken from the damage you've taken.
Okay. 30 net gain of 35 gold. Done.
In your personal stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and manage that.
Alright, is there anything else that we need to do, or we're going to need to do before caravan thing sets off? That was more directed at you, Sal.
That's up to you guys. I mean, the only thing I have for you guys to do within the one to 2 days is have you guys do a perception check.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's where we're at. Am I wrong? I don't have anything that needs done.
I don't either.
Okay.
Nope. Well, there was my perception check.
There was mine.
You check out your sword's cosmetic changes.
Fancy.
9!
Oh, maybe my website is like not connected because I'm not seeing other people's rolls. I rolled a natural 20. I got a 25.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, one of you saw this. So Arvid, you ended up catching a glimpse of this, as you see a procession leave. At first, to most people's expectations, it would appear that it was some sort of high-end noble that ended up leaving the gate from the upper city and heading north to Waterdeep. You end up just catching it just at the right time where the wind picks it up. You see a black dragonborn inside of that carriage, and unless you were really paying attention and you were at the angle that you were at, you would have not known the wiser.
So, Black Dragonborn, are they familiar looking or are they wearing anything
Yeah,
familiar?
they match the description of Rezimir from the Cult of the Dragon.
Alright. I think all friends are in town.
Why do you say that?
Because there was a very familiar Black Dragonborn and what did you say? Was it a carriage or something?
Yeah.
Shiny.
Yep, they were in a carriage with a ton of heavily armed guards along with them. Like I would say, probably about 20 heavily armed guards are accompanying the carriage.
So yeah, there were lots of guards and a bunch of a bunch of heavily armed guards in a carriage.
Perhaps we should tail them? I have no idea where they are.
They just went by us, so sure. Let's go.
Shiny.
Well, I'm glad it's obvious to you, because I don't see shit other than just a bunch of guards and people walking around, so...
Yep, as soon as you guys get down to street level from your accommodations, the carriage and the guards are pretty much probably quite a few hours ahead of you. They're moving at a very
Hours?
Sorry. Well, they're moving at a very quick pace that you guys are scratching your head like, how the hell are they moving that fast? But it would seem to be, it's kind of one of those scenes in the movies where you blink, you see something in front of you, then you blink, and then it's on the horizon. You're just like, what the hell?
So the people who were just recklessly driving through town, We need to follow them. Just, I guess, follow the wave of destruction. I would imagine be left behind by the carriage in the town that doesn't allow carriages.
They headed into town, into.
No,
Or
they
did
were
just like.
so they were leaving from the upper city and heading north into Waterdeep.
Oh, out of town. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So. So all of the caravan crap, everything be damned. The safety in numbers, everything. They're just like fuck it and going.
Well, this particular group is. But again, this carriage was accompanied by, like I said, 20 heavily armed guards on horseback, moving at a pretty much a breakneck pace. So
Did you happen to catch who it was?
Black Dragonborn.
That
Uh,
really narrows it
Did
down.
we? Did what was his name?
Resimir.
Resimir. Resimir.
And who was Resimir again? I don't remember.
He's the leader of the dragon cult. He is the one who is the leader of that camp that we are liberating. He's one of the people who. He's our quarry.
She mentioned she's a she.
She. You are absolutely right. She is a she. I don't know why I can never remember that she is a she.
Right.
Yes. So Resimir, she's the one that we're after.
Well, as much as I would like to say that I could fly that fast, I don't think I can keep up, so maybe we should see about trying to move with some of the cargo?
I mean, we can follow our original plan. Just there. I mean, she was definitely there and just went by and went north. He said.
Yep.
Yeah, the same way that they've been saying they've been going.
So there we have it.
Yep. So you get notice from Largo that Salaban and your employer said that they're ready to go at first light tomorrow. With sounds like the caravan's ready to go. It's got the folks that are who have signed up to go along on this particular Souls Dig is basically saying, all right, at dawn we head out towards Waterdeep.
All right. So tomorrow we're out of here.
So this caravan is like the caravan like getting ready to move out, or
Oh yeah, so the caravan that you're accompanying is ready to head out. The one that Resimir took off with looked like it was something that was not on the schedule.
so. But are looking around this group. So like the people are kind of congregating. Yeah.
A little bit.
Is there anybody there, or any? Are there any physical people and or uh basically like uniforms or anything that we recognize?
No,
Like, are there?
even with Arved's score, she could not really pick out anything from the crowd that would indicate anything about them being affiliated with the Cult of the Dragon.
So we're just going to be heading out with a caravan that we don't know, that there's no connection to the.
Confirmation about.
There's no
its-
confirmation
yeah.
that there's anyone from the Cult of the Dragon. The only Cult of the Dragon, anything we saw intervene, was a recklessly driven carriage that we only one person barely was able to glimpse.
Well,
There was a person in it.
so Largo does inform you that they do know that there are at least anywhere from 8 to 15 members of the cult that is going to be on this caravan, moving some of the loot towards Waterdeep.
Okay. As much as I would like to get Resmir, that's what we need.
Just out of curiosity, everyone who's seen me among the cults of the dragon, I think for the most part, has died. I believe the same is true for Diolith, but Drama, you definitely went and sort of partied with some of them. Do we need to like get you a cloak or something so that they don't recognize you? Not sure if any of them spotted Nemu in the air.
I mean,
Not
do you
that
think
I'm
that
aware.
they think that I'm the one who caused all the issues?
I have absolutely no idea, but if they recognize you and think, gee, she's quite boisterous and memorable, and then
Oh,
disappeared
thank you.
for 2 weeks, and we haven't seen her, and suddenly she's here again. What's going on with her? Seems a little suspicious.
The camp caught on fire and she ran off and regrouped in town.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to think if I knew at some point we would be coming here, which I mean, most of them did because they met here anyway. I
Alright.
just left before them.
Alright. Then let's hope they don't lynch deserters.
I didn't desert, I came back, but I am a dessert. Thank you.
I want to be mad at you for that, but that was well played.
I am very mad at myself for it.
Yeah, I'm really angry at you for it, but that was well played.
Thanks.
I am
I-
ashamed at the amount that I left at that.
All right, so just to keep this in mind as we wrap up this session tonight. All right, so the caravan is leaving Baldur's Gate, and your information knows that the Cult of the Dragon has there from 9 to 12 people who are masquerading either as merchants, as uh, normal travelers, and other such that to look out for. There are a slew of people that are traveling on this road, merchants, people who are living one area to another, families included in that. The caravan is composed of 12 merchant carts that are moving in here. You guys will travel for 8 hours per day with a few stops to feed and water the horses and mules, and that the nights will be kept on the side of the road. There will be some small towns along the side if you guys would like to have a little bit more comfort as we get by. And yeah, outside of that, we will have a few random encounters as we move through the town as well. Let me see here. Anything else?
So are we accompanying Solsteg and
Yeah, so Solsteg has pretty much hired you guys to kind of keep an eye out on the caravan and also on the surrounding areas, watching out for anything that could potentially delay. So he might send Aravet and Nemu out to scout the road ahead for anything like felled trees or pitfalls, or to try to keep an eye out. And there could also be the job of, you know, ensuring that there are no complications from physical assaults such as like dragon raids, or not dragon raids, bandit raids, and things of the like. So you guys pretty much are working a security detail job.
okay?
Alright.
But yeah, anything else you guys need to get done tonight in terms of anything else? Because for the next, depending on how long it takes us to cover the road, we will be on the road for a little bit for the next few sessions. Finally, we'll get some combat in, get some um, finally be out of the whole town shopping stuff that we've been accustomed to for the last few sessions.
Simple answer is no.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. Well, that will do it for us tonight. Like I said, that we will be on the road, so unfortunately, we'll be leaving the comforts of the city and be on our way, and we'll see if our team can make it from here in Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep without little to no issues. So thank you guys for showing up tonight. We'll be back next week for more D&D. Have a good night.